Well, hey there, let's talk about how to be long in the tooth to supersize your business. So, running into the Disney character's ears. This idiom, of course, comes from horses, but since our horse is being safe during COVID and has his mask on, we cannot identify or investigate or look at and analyze his teeth. This idiom from the 18th century, according to Google, but the 19th century, according to a book that I got it originally out of, is of course from the barnyard. It refers to horses and the fact that as they get older, if you've ever been up closer or had horses, you know that as they get older, their gums recede, a lot like human beings, right? Their gums go back and recede and get shorter, they shrink a little, and their teeth appear longer. So you can tell the age of a horse by actually looking at its teeth, at the actual wear and the condition of its teeth, as well as the length of the teeth. I don't know if they measure them or what, but you can tell if you've been around horses, you can tell a young horse from an old horse by looking at it, especially when you look at its teeth. So this idiom, of course, means getting older, aging. Now, guess what? We all are getting older and aging, and that's a good thing because it sure beats the alternative, right? If we're not getting older, guess what? We're not existing anymore. So I say, hey, let's keep getting older. Now, this idiom started out sort of as an insult, picking on somebody because they're old and worn out and they're not good for anything anymore. Oh, it's an old horse. It needs to be put out to pasture. It's an old person, when it went from horses to people. Oh, this is an old person. They need to retire or be put out to pasture. They're too old to do something or be something or try something. Now, we know that that's ridiculous these days, but there soon came to mean, and they flipped this idiom around and made it as flattery. So sometimes it's not an insult, hey, you're long in the tooth. It might be a sign of respect and flattery and acknowledgement of your years of experience and expertise in a particular area. Now, we want to, of course, use being long in the tooth, not as old and worn out and old fashioned, but as experience and expertise in our businesses these days. Well, how do we go about doing that? We want to prove to people that we're wiser and that we've got these solutions to their problems, right? We want to share stories, not only our story, but the stories of the people that are part of our organization that we partner with, as well as the customer success stories, the stories of success that customers have with our products and services. Even if you're a brand new business, you want to start accumulating and sharing stories of your people and your successful customers, because that is what attracts other people just like them to you so that they can have success too. And even new businesses can not talk on a Tuesday, can begin doing this right off the bat, right? So we want to share stories, all kinds of stories, success stories, lessons learned. Lessons learned are probably one of the most powerful things, because if you can save one person from making a mistake that you did, then it's worth sharing that story. It's worth telling that story. We want to make sure that we're always learning inside our organizations, and a way to apply this idiom is to learn from our mistakes, to make sure that, yeah, we're going to make mistakes. Everybody in the world and on the planet is going to make mistakes. And guess what? We're going to make some of the same mistakes that other people have made because we won't have heard or learned from them. But hopefully we're not going to repeat the same mistakes over and over and over again. If we don't have a way to capture and learn within our organization, somebody else is going to come along and make that same mistake. So make sure that you have within your business some way of capturing information and knowledge and wisdom and lessons learned so that you don't fall prey to repeating mistakes. Make sure that you're keeping track of some types of information that, customer as well as competitive or industry information, so that you have this database of knowledge that is continuing to grow and grow and grow and can help grow and build and supersize your business. So I'd love to know your experience with this particular idiom, long in the tooth. I don't know, I've probably been called long in the tooth these days behind my back, but nobody's ever said it to my face. And I can guarantee I have never called anyone long in the tooth not even to their face, behind their back even. I've never really used this expression, understood it, know what it means, because I did grow up with horses, but never really applied it or heard it applied to people. But I guess it makes sense. Usually we say, hey, they're older, or they're wiser. Oh my God, they're an expert at this, or they have so much experience at that. We don't usually say, oh, that person's long in the tooth, meaning old. And I guess to me, long in the tooth means old and over the hill. And I don't think anybody's over the hill. There's no too old or too young to do anything nowadays. All right, have an awesome day. I will be with you tomorrow with another interesting idiom.